Before we get to your fight against Frankie Edgar, I got to talk to you about this bottle cap challenge. That I don't think you started it, but I feel like you were the guy who kind of turned it on fire, right? How did all that happen?
You know, I told you guys before, you know, a great magician doesn't reveal his tricks. I'm just joking, you know. Shout out to my man Erlson. Shout out to John Mayer. You know, it's just one of...
How many times for you did it take?
For me?
For the one you put up?
For me, the one I put up, the good old never magician never tell you his tricks. I'm not gonna. That is hidden. I'm not gonna tell it because what's the point? If I tell it, I take it away. The mystery is great.
All right, I'll just assume the first then. I'll assume it was the first one.
You know, there's this girl. We work out together. Her name is Cleo Moniz. She's pretty known in the surf world. She was a world champion in surfing, and she was like hitting me up like, "This is so cool. This is so cool." I was like, "You can do it. You can do it. Try it." She's like, I can't do it. And she ended up doing it, and one of hers went viral. Like, she went viral too. And I was like, look, you know, a lot of people started doing it after Mini Best did it. You know, he was begging me to do it. I was like, look, we got it. He did it, and you know, it was just about encouraging people to try something. You know, try something that's brand new.
It is kind of an intimidating move, though. Like, maybe if you would just, like, you know, punched it off, but the whole spinning part, I think, you know. Maybe a lot of people out there are like, no, I don't think I could do that.
Good fun, you know.
But yours, I think, takes it to the next level because it didn't spin off. It just sat there and spun on the top of the bottle. Seems like that's like that takes it to the next level when it's not spinning off. It's just staying there.
You gotta be precise.
Right.
Strike with motion, yeah.
And then why John Mayer? Why was he the guy that you tagged?
Why not? You know, why not? A lot of people don't know John Mayer. You know, when I tagged John Mayer, a lot of people was like being like, oh, yeah, I don't know why you tagged a guitarist, a singer. You know, I was like, the dude did it better than some martial artists I saw. You know, dude's a legend. You know, and just why not? You know, it's just fun challenge and just show it to someone.
Well, man, how has the last 2 months been? Because you went 6 years without losing a fight. And you lost a fight, a big one, to Dustin Poirier. What was that like, coming off of that?
It's like I said, you know, life is like roadblocks, you know, chutes and ladders. That's what it is, you know. The first time I lost to Dustin, we had to rebuild. You know, I had to rebuild. I had to add new coaches on my team. My body looked different after that first one.
Why did you lose that fight?
You know, I did my homework. My coaches watched. And, you know, I can sit here, I can tell you a bunch of reasons, right, why I did and what happened, but I ain't going to do that, you know. It happens, you know. Right now, me saying anything of what happened that last fight was so close that if I talk about it, it's excuses. And I'm not going to do that, you know. Poirier beat a champion that night, therefore he's a champion, you know. And at the end of the day, I can talk about the first Poirier loss because that's so long time ago. That's years, you know, and to that spot and find out who was there for me, who reached out. You know, and who was there supporting me, and I had all the supporters there. You know, after this fight, a loss is a loss. It happens to the best of us. You know, even the greats got losses. You know, even the greats in other sports, Kobe Bryant, you know, Michael Jordan, the LeBron Jameses. You know, like all these guys is guys I put myself on after. It's very interesting that, you know, like you said, you know, the Irishman fight. If you ever figures it out, that fight is still there. You know, there's a lot of interesting things, you know, to do. You know. 55 ain't that far. It isn't that far, you know. And like I said, you know, after that in April, I told you guys, I was saying it over. Go look at the old interviews. I was gonna come back to 45 no matter what happened.
Well, I agree with you that you know, Frankie, Alex, whatever it is, you're headed to 155 someday. And Khabib, you know, if he's still there, the interest is going to be there. Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, all those fights are up there at 155. But I do want to ask you, Dustin and Khabib, a guy you studied, you were prepared to fight in Brooklyn, and then a guy you did fight in Dustin, who gets it done?
We see what happens. That's the beautiful thing, you know. We see what happens. I can't wait. You know, I'm gonna just be a fan, and just enjoy the fight. You know, just enjoy the fight. I think it's big. I think so. Where Dustin is at his career, I think it's the perfect timing. Where Khabib is at in his career, I think it's the perfect timing. I think it's gonna be an exciting fight, and it's kind of crazy that it's going to be in Abu Dhabi, and you just see the kind of videos people posting up that they building the arena right now. It's going to be ready, so it's pretty cool, you know. It's pretty dope, you know. Maybe if maybe your boy be around 55 that time of the year, just in case.
How would you characterize how it has affected your career? I mean, I think media members and fans can sit there and say, hey man, I mean, he was online to face Khabib.
Yeah.
A lot of people were excited about that fight. If he beats Khabib, is Conor next? You know, double champion, this and that. You put it in your words though. What did that loss? How does that loss affect your career?
That it only went up. I don't know. You know, the Khabib fight's still there. You know, I think the Khabib fight is there, and the fans did want the Khabib fight. You know. Yeah.
You moving up to 155 and having it not go the way you wanted it to go. Does that make you want to go to 155 even more? Because now it's like a challenge that like you fell short of?
Yeah, you know, look, like, it's not even 155. It's not even about the weight. You know, I go to, if they call me up tomorrow, if you know, if something happened with Askren or even Jorge, they call me up tomorrow and be like, hey, we need a fight tomorrow. You do it? I'll do it. So you better get ready. And but that's just me. I'm competitive. You know, I want to compete with the best. And that's what you want to do, you know. Like I said this many times before. In the old gladiator days, they didn't bring out scales. They didn't bring out anything. You just fought, you know. And if you think you're the best, #1 pound for pound in the world, that's what you do. You fight.
What's compelling to you about Frankie Edgar?
He's a legend. The dude's a legend, you know. And you know what's funny about Frankie Edgar? Me and Frankie is the same. You know, we're the same person, you know. We'd go in there, we'd compete, and we fight to the death. We both want to fight to the death, you know. And for me to say that, though, I don't want to kill the guy, you know. We probably should be friends after, you know. We probably should be friends, you know.
Is Alex a guy that gets your blood boiling? Is that a guy that interests you? Is he a guy who has done enough where you get excited about fighting a guy like Alex Volkanovski, or is he not quite there yet?
You know, whoever UFC puts in front of me, whoever, you know, they say the contract, you know. There's one thing in this sport that I learned. You know, like I said, I got 20-something fights. I'm a vet. I'm a vet in your guys' eyes. And if I could tell you I learned anything of being a vet in this sport and all the support and whatever, the #1 negotiating that you got to do is not with UFC. It's with the fans. We live in a time where if the fans want to see the fight, the fans is somehow going to make it happen, you know, and that's what I learned in this sport. You know, I learned in this sport, you know, you want strong negotiations, get the fans behind you. We saw crazy things happen in this sport because of fans' negotiations. So, no disrespect to anyone, you know, I don't know, but if I had one goal, one tip to tell anybody is like, go get the fans behind you, and we can go from there.
Do it when you see those videos. There's a part of you like, I wish that was me.
You know, the competitive side for sure. You know, who doesn't want to go to Dubai? You kind of crazy if you don't want to. I just want to go to Dubai to go see the grave, the airport grave, where they leave, like, people leaving $100,000, $500,000 cars there because they just leave the country because they don't want to pay them anymore. I'm like, what? I heard they got Lambos and stuff as police cars. Yeah. That's the place I want to go, you know. But I know they got a bunch of crazy laws, so Mini Bless might have to stay home because it might be wilding out there too much. So yeah.
What is the biggest thing you learned about Dustin Poirier in those 5 rounds you spent with him?
Man, what I already knew. I knew he's a tough guy, you know, and when Khabib fight tough guys, you know, like Ala Quinta and stuff, that prove that, look, I'm not going nowhere, I'm staying here. It becomes an interesting fight, so it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. You know, I got nothing but respect for Dustin. I got nothing but respect for Khabib, and you know, may the best man win. You
win your fight against Frankie Edgar. You have any interest in flying to Abu Dhabi just to be a spectator for that one?
Yeah, we see what happens. You know, UFC hit my line. You know what? UFC can fly me wherever. They put me first class, so Abu Dhabi, I'm here for it.
UFC travel department, hit me up, right?
100%. 100%. We need some autographs or something, I'm there.
Cool. Well,
you know, whatever you guys saw in April, what you guys are going to see next is much more scarier. I'll tell you that much. You know, I'll tell you that much. Like, you can only do so much with success. You can keep going and success, and some guy would have success for the rest of his life and not change nothing just because he knows that's one way of success, you know. And, you know, these failures, they got to happen, you know, and I attack them straight on, straightforward. I'm happy for this, you know. Things happen for a reason. I truly believe things happen for a reason. That fight happened for a reason. That place, that time, it had to happen in this life, and you guys gonna see a new and improved Bless, you know. If you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best.